Hey, it's Diana here. Let's chat about attracted to you, liking you, and attracted to the ideal of you. Because when you're attractive, it's very easy for someone to be attracted to you, right? And at the same time, they can create the ideal of you. Because it's like, I want someone who's attractive, and I want interaction to be easygoing to, you know. So it happened in a supermarket. Someone approached me. It was relaxed because we're just picking up items, and then he was talking about the other supermarket. It was crazy, a lot of people. And said he saw me there, and then yeah, he come to me when he saw me over here. And yeah, like after a while, I keep picking my items, and then he walked around and circled back. And then when I was picking out some fruits, he continued the convo and then asked my contact. So after a while, we chat. I'm making this example not to judge the person because the person might be sincere, might be genuine, because there's also something revealed after. But the thing is, this made me thought about when someone attracted to you and create the ideal of you. Later, he revealed, when I sense something, the subtle cues that the energy might be not right for me, he said he planned to take me out for glamorous dinner tomorrow and also bought you a gift. When I earlier said actually I don't feel we could be aligned, he asked me why is that. I said just intuition and thanks. The way is cool, but something tells me that. He said, if you say so, then it's cool. I said, but you say you bought a gift. You didn't even know if we would definitely go out though. And what's the gift for? He said, I don't need forever to like someone. When I meet someone I like, I know and I love to keep a positive energy. The gift is just to share my thought and to show how cheerful I am. I'm not very confident to approach people outside, but online I will. That very day, I summoned a lot of courage, and to be honest, I was fidgeting, but I told myself, just do it. Just do it, or you might never see her again. So when he said that, I was like, oh, I didn't even expect that. Because actually, that day, he seemed like kind of like just casually talking and then asked my context mood. So sometimes actually men can be very nervous or frightened, intimidated, but you wouldn't tell. And sometimes they can act like overly confident, overly sexual, or like a little subtle, unnatural body language. I think the unnatural body language is the part why I felt subtle cue of something is a little bit off. But I guess it's just his nervousness. So I couldn't judge based on that 100%. And I said, what you mean don't need forever to like someone? But later I get it. I think he prepared a gift because he's liking me, right? I said, I mean, you said you got a gift, so I asked, how are you sure we will go out again? And I said, yeah, I appreciate that. He said, you were so calm and cool when I spoke to you. I wanted to reciprocate the energy with a gift. But if you feel otherwise, then it's okay. And he said, you're welcome. Response to me saying, I appreciate that. And about he summoned a lot of courage. I said, oh, I didn't expect that. I thought you was like the opposite. You didn't seem like that. I said, okay, maybe we could see about it, but I'll be honest with you. When I saw you on a silent day, by the way, silent day is the Balinese New Year. Before the Balinese New Year, we have one day. It should be silent, minimum noise, and no lights. The whole island is shut down. No traffic, no working outside, and every shop, airports are all closed. It's a sacred day for reflection, spiritual. Yeah. And I actually practiced that day at the end without stimulation eventually. And I saw this man is posting on that day and doing some captions saying meditation and showing off and kind of rolling the eye emoji, and the video is him flashing a lot of cash. I'm not against people showing off and flashing cash, right? I think sometimes it can be funny. We can take it in a lighthearted way, like okay, you got it, you just show off, right? But when it's a sacred day, and when we talk about meditation, he say you wanna learn meditation from me. But the video you're showing this kind of chaotic energy. It's a little bit of inconsistent because you're mixing meditation and showing off cash and then rolling your eyes emoji together. But this day is about respect. I mentioned those to him and those subtle cues together. I said, yeah, because I don't know you. I couldn't judge 100% based on all those things, based on just one of subtle cues. But sometimes people have a gut feeling, but for me, not like a gut feeling this time, but intuition. Sometimes when you don't listen to your intuition and you still give people a benefit of doubt, but the results usually bad. I'm actually told him all those, and he appreciated my honesty and he explained everything. They never experienced the silent day, like people rushing to the supermarket, like the world is going to end, but it's just one day. And then when he went back to his villa, like they say no lights and then things, and he never experienced this kind of day, and he was kind of scared, and he's never been social media like that. Like last time he's on Instagram, he said it was 5 years ago. Last time he posted on Instagram, and he said the last time he posted on WhatsApp, which was where I saw his stories like that. He said he haven't been posting for 9 months, but just that day like that, like he suddenly, he explained all those things. And also he said when he approached me, he actually very even the cashier, I think the staff there, he said see him like walking, and then he's even shaking. He said the staff even saw him shaking. He said that's too much. And yeah, he walk around and then come talk to me. I said, "Oh, I do saw you walk around." But before I thought he was just like, walking around, picking up, like searching for like the items. Yeah, he said, "Yeah, you got me there. I was looking for the best time to talk to you." And then I expressed actually, yeah, that's a compliment. I wasn't wearing makeup at all that day, and I have my psoriasis on. Like, if you guys know, I post me completely without makeup filter and with psoriasis, this condition. I'm very transparent with it, but yeah, that day I was just casually going out to the supermarket to prepare for the silent day. So I didn't expect when I'm in a state like this, someone can be that nervous. So yeah, I said it's a compliment. He said, yeah, like I was nervous, and yeah, I didn't even notice if you're not putting on makeup or with and without makeup. It's astonishing, something like that. Yeah, I'm not gonna elaborate here. So I'm just explaining a lot of social dynamics where you might not expect someone could actually be nervous, frightened, intimidated, even in a very socially relaxed, casual settings like a supermarket. But yeah, let's go back to the social media. He talked about in social media, like most people believe most things on social media, but you can't judge a person based off that. Like, because before I mentioned, there are energy behind it. Like, there are some things you don't need to put out like that. Sometimes I put out mixed things too, but not like before, not like chaotic. Like, but that story from him, I sense a little bit chaotic. He started to talk about social media, right? Which I am completely aware social media have a lot of facade, a lot of fake lifestyle. It's very, very easy to create illusion nowadays. So he mentioned most people believe most things on social media, but it's fake. For example, if someone acting rich on social media showing rich, but they're not rich, they could be broke, something like that. I said for me, so he said there's no energy behind it. I said for me, social media, you can put out anything, yeah, but there can be energy. That's why I cleanse my feed. And also, I used to put out a lot of chaotic energy as well. Um, for example, that's in my past when I was more raw. I'm still raw. I just know how to filter and be more like curated. So, okay, I'm speaking to y'all, and but my message I continue to say. But now I curated my. There can be a mix, but not really chaotic. And do you assume I'm like most people believe most things on social media though? He said people have manipulated social media to something that's not real. You can't tell what's real or not anymore, but I can feel your positivity and I like your bluntness. That's so cute for me. That kind of response didn't totally do it for me because okay, that's so cute. It sounds like a compliment, but it subtly put the focus elsewhere, right? Because I am speaking of cleansing the feet. Some people they follow a lot of post feed and the algorithm keep pushing them a lot of those facade illusions, people showing off money, flashing, all those things. Again, I'm not against it. I think it's cool to like have aspirational style. And sometimes I show things too. I like showing off a bit too. And some flashing money, it can be, it's just how they do it in their environment. It could be the culture, it could be especially some hip hop culture, right? That's common. I get it. And some people, that can be real, that can be fake, it can be anything. But if someone got it and they want to show it, it's cool. But about cleansing my feet, I'm talking about the fake energy, the inconsistent energy, the illusion energy. Those aren't even present on majority of my feed. So I said, because we were talking about two different things there. Cleanse the feed and there's still energy is always true. Because what I mean is there's still subtle energy behind your post. Yes, we can post and put out anything. We have all kinds of energy in us. There's no simple good and bad. Everybody have everything within them, which I talked about before in my video. So he said, I feel your energy in real more than on social media. But when I listen to you on social media, you sound too real and too serious. Maybe with time, I will be easy to get a real definition of your social media lifestyle, but the energy was real and direct. I said, if you say it's too real and too serious, then it means it's not really for me because the right person, they would not think it's too, like, because sometimes we get things like too much of this, too much of that, too real, too serious. It's real, but it's not too real. It's too. And I can be serious, I can be relaxed, I can be lighthearted, I can be real, I can be chill, I can be anything. So when someone used the word too, that led me wonder. Is it because you don't have enough framework? You don't have enough depth to hold it? So he responded me with because before he said he appreciate and he like how I am and the realness. So he said, I already told you that I like it after I said the right people will appreciate it. But before he did say he liked it, something like that. He said, I think you're not like others because you sound real, which is very, very good. And yes, 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 you are real. That's why I am appreciating you for it. You did just fine and well. I said, you said, quote unquote, too. I said, I've already said this is a completely different thing. I don't want to repeat myself. I said, the thing is, you never understood and answered my question because I asked, did you assume I'm like most people and just believe most things on social media? Because first, that's a projection. Maybe you cannot tell what's real on social media anymore or not, and most people cannot tell. And also because you don't know what my feed look like. I unfollow those accounts like Niger Blog, like the Shade Room, Warstar. I unfollow those accounts. And there's a lot of news. You don't know what's true or not, right? And then I told him when I said I cleanse my feed is full of growth, energy, vibrational mindset posts. And it's not majority of those fake lifestyle or people showing off fake money. That's not in my reality like that. But again, I'm saying sometimes when I come across someone showing like that, I can think, oh, it's fun. It's fun to connect. As long as you're not like fake, as long as I don't sense you just posting fake money, posting fake lifestyle, like I don't mind showing off. I like show off too sometimes. We can be restrained and calm. We can also show off. We can also be bold, be direct. There's nothing wrong with that. I want you to know. So yeah, back to this topic. I explained it to him again. I said I don't want to repeat myself, but that's a different topic. What I ask about is, do you think I cannot tell what's real or not? Because yes, I might not be able to tell everything, literally everything, but there's something I can sense. And when I mention intuition is not something someone um consciously notice. So I didn't say it like that to him, but okay, elaborating to you. And I told him intuition is a higher knowing, is like you picking up the energy, tone, those cues together. It's not like just what your eyes see. So I'm saying not majority of people can do that. So when not majority of people can do that, that's understandable. But some of us possess this ability consciously. And it doesn't mean I'm able to tell literally everything that's not real. Sometimes, yeah, I might not know, but it's okay. But I'm saying majority of time, I am not seeing those fake things. I am not believing everything or majority of things on social media. So I'm asking, do you just assume I'm like most people? Because I already told him, if you assume that, that's wrong. And I don't want you to like just force it on me. He said he didn't force it on me, and he said, yeah, you're not like most people. And he continued the topic afterwards, and then still being like, kind, and polite. But the thing I noticed is he was kind of, you know, trying to compensate because he don't really know how to express it. Maybe when he said too real, too serious, it's just like me saying, "Oh, something is so serious," but don't really mean it's too much. So the thing is, someone can be genuinely attracted to you and like your energy, but that's something if someone actually think you're too serious, too deep, too real for them. What does it mean? It means it's not that you have too much of those things. It's because they don't have the depth, they don't have the container to hold it. And that's okay. It's just a mismatch. People are different. I used to say it's not that you're too much, it's because they're not enough. But I don't want to blame it on them that they're not enough. Because with time or with maturity, they could develop the ability if they want to as well. Because depths are developed over time. And it the time, I mean process, it doesn't have to be how long and how short or how early, how late, how young. Because for me, I kind of developed in a young age. A lot of people who's older than me or age-wise more mature than me still didn't develop all those things. Or some people they develop that, but like maybe they develop like after 30 years or something. Someone actually told me that it took me 30 years to realize those things, and you already, having those something like insight and things. So I understand I'm not blaming others for not being enough or lacking. Some people can simply just have more simple mindset and or they prefer easygoing interaction and lighthearted convo over the deep conversation, over diving into uh, this thing called life. Sometimes, yeah, there's a little bit of, the saying, ignorance can be bliss. But I don't really think so because the bliss, it can be you know all those things, but you choose to see this world as beautiful, as wonderful. Every day is a new choice. You can see the good and bad. You can see the disaster. You can see the kindness. You can see the bad. But one time I having a realization. There's a debate like human are born with kindness or are born evil. I know humans are born good, born with kindness. Sometimes the environment or evil spirit or things get into them, change them. But you know what made me realize that? When I look at those baby, one time I was on the airplane, a baby smiled at me. That smile is so pure, so genuine, so bright. It's just lighting up my day. And even now I'm getting emotional because when I record this kind of smile, it just moved me. Oh well, I didn't expect this. But yeah, now I'm tearing up because that smile is so genuine, it's so beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And and that tell me human nature is kindness. It's pure. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. That baby was like a little angel. Oh, my tears are coming out, but I prefer to be like this. This is a channel that I express all those things. I'm not afraid of expressing my feelings. I'm not afraid to be real. I'm not afraid to cry. I'm not afraid that my voice is shaken. I want you to see all of me, every part of me. I can be rational, but emotion is not our enemy. It actually connects us and make you sense the genuineness. And I don't care if just one person listening to this, I'm gonna keep putting those things out to express my authentic self, to influence, to leave the beautiful impact on this world. I said I want impact before, so it might be ego, and maybe partially it still is. But I realized I also cried out that time because I realized the truest thing I want is genuine impact on this human nature, on this humanity. Because that's from God. That's my mission. I realize I'm not just this human, this flesh. I am this consciousness sent from God. And I am here to impact this world, starting from you, starting from one person, 10 people, 100, and then later more and more. So it doesn't matter now if I don't have the views. I will continue to put this out. And as long as you are here, you're hearing it, thank you. And I am doing the work. So yeah, the baby, that smile, it remind me those beautiful things inside us. Everyone are born. I was starting to imagine every person I know in a baby form, and I feel like my heart is so full. Like, yeah, you might hurt me. Yeah, you might be inconsistent. Yeah, you might be rude. Yeah, you might be full of ego. Yeah, you might be the wrong energy. You might be the wrong person. But when we circle back, when we turn the time back, all the way back into the purest form, when you just born, you're just this pure baby who's just getting to know this world before anything, before you done the wrong things, before you treat a woman wrong, before you be inconsistent, before you ghost people, before you putting out the wrong energy, before you judge people, before you use and abuse women, before you do anything. That's the purest form of you. You are good. You are kind. You just have to remember it. It's the divine remembrance. It's the divine. Okay, now enough with expressing my emotions. Okay, let's tap back. Let's tap back into when I'm talking about people like the ideal of you. So, okay, just give me a second. When they like the idea of you, you are this fantasy, you are attractive, right? And you are chill with your energy and you are calm. But you also have depth. You also have the seriousness when it needs to be. Because, yes, life, we don't have to be serious like that. A life is not rigid. We should be flexible and don't take anything too serious because that make reality rigid. And actually, reality is fluid and it can flow, it can change. So yeah, you should stay playful. That's how I actually am. I stay playful. Sometimes I I have the unserious attitude as well. And then I don't even need to joke. I'm naturally funny. Sometimes I get this kind of comment. And it's good. But sometimes why people would use the word too serious? Because for them, the ideal of me is something attractive and calm and easygoing. Yeah. And maybe to be at ease with, maybe to be playful with, or yeah, something they wanna take out with and just have a light-hearted interaction. But that's just level 1. And what about a level above, a level more? That's when you know who can hold and contain your depths, or who naturally possess the same depths or even more. And that's when compatibility show up. And in the next episode, I'm gonna elaborate on the incompatibility. And I'll see you on the next one.